Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Weekly. I forgot what I was saying right in the middle of as I was saying it. And I had a blast at Comic-Conway, a little show here in Arkansas. Well, I say little, it was fairly large. Met a lot of people, made some new friends, that's always cool. Timothy, you're awesome. Josh, Jared, Noah, Dawson, you thought I was going to forget about you, huh? But yeah, just an excellent show all the way around. I had a blast. But here we are, back to the grind, having to talk about toys and stuff. I know, it's terrible. So let's talk about some Mezco, some Storm Collectibles, some Bandai, a couple other things. First up, it was teased last week when I did the weekly, and then it went for sale the next day, and that would be the Mezco One 12th Collective Thor Ragnarok Thor. And just like I figured, I like this one the best out of all the Thor figures I've seen. I also saw the movie, so I'm excited for this figure. It's too bad you gotta wait so long for it, but you know, what are you gonna do? Now the figure is looking great. The cloth, the armor, the proportions, the size from what I've seen at shows, and especially the heads. And I say heads because we got two different heads in Marvel Legends, but you had to buy two separate releases. The figure arts, no extra head. Here you get three heads. You get the helmet head with the, I think the wings on the side are articulated so you can swing them up and down. You get the unmasked head, and then you get the electric head. And I think this is the one that put me over. It's got the glowy eyes. Now, if it comes out kind of like the Superman that was just released, where it's a little bit undetailed, or if these glow in the dark somehow, or there's something going on that's going to make it look worse than it looks in these pictures, I'll be sad. But given that the other two heads are amazing, I'm still not regretting this purchase at all. And yes, I did purchase it. I skipped on the figure arts. My Marvel Legends is already sitting in a box. I am waiting for this one. Because not only that, it comes with the stand, it comes with several sets of hands, it comes with his swords, it comes with the sheaths to hold those swords, it comes with the shield, comes with a mace, comes with a lightning effect. Now, people say Mezco costs $80. Yes, that's a little bit expensive, but I feel like out of all the releases, this one is worth the money. Just a lot of extras, again, that we're not seeing with any of the other companies' offerings. It's freaking amazing, really, when you come down to it. Now, I know we'll get to the release date of May to July next year, and it'll probably be pushed back a little bit, or maybe they'll have their shit straight by then. I don't know. Either way, this is staying on pre-order. Last week I gripe about Mezco, you know, more pre-orders than I actually have figures, and I'm just adding to those pre-orders. The only thing that would have put this over, and that would have been a spoiler, is his look at the end of the movie. And I'm not going to spoil that, but that would have been a cool extra one. And then, of course, the question is, where's Hulk? That's going on the pre-order list, too. Sight unseen. Well, kind of sight unseen. That's all at the convention, and we've seen some pictures here and there. You know what I mean. This one I'm probably going to regret putting in as a news item because I'm going to butcher the hell out of this name, and that would be the Storm Collectibles Tekken 7 Kaiyodo. And then I'm not going to say it again. This dude. That's where we're going to talk about this dude. I'm not really a Tekken guy. Well, I'm not really a fighting game guy, but Storm Collectibles kicks so much ass with these figures that you can't help at least admiring what they're doing. You may not buy them, but yeah, they look good. Now, it does kind of look like it's reusing the Ryu body, but if you look close, there's added detail, the musculature is different, the proportions may be the same, because if you've got a winner, why change it, you know? It may use the inner skeleton, but, you know, that doesn't affect the outer look at all. It just amps up the articulation that we know these figures have. Now, the figure comes with 3 heads, several sets of hands, a couple of effects. It's running $60, and it should be out Q1 of 2018. Now, Yamaguchi on Twitter is still teasing the future releases in the Kaiyodo Amazing Yamaguchi line, and needs to stop that. Needs to just release some toys. I'm just kidding. They do a good job of releasing a figure every couple of months on schedule, so I'm not going to gripe at all. But here's the Amazing Yamaguchi Captain America prototype next to the SH Figure Arts Captain America. This is definitely in the Revoltech line. Proportions are blown all to hell, but you know what? That's what this line is. That's why people are buying this line. If you're wanting more traditional proportions or realistic, this is not the line for you. I absolutely cannot wait to get this Captain America. Check it out, see how he looks with the rest of them. But the figure that's closer to production is the Magneto. Teasing that too, it's almost released. As you can see from the package shots, it's that craziness that we get with the Amazing Yamaguchi line. It's just so much to look at. It's almost overload of visuals. But out of the package, looking at this cape, As much as I'm looking forward to this release, man, I can already tell that cape is going to annoy the hell out of me. It does look very dynamic. But look at all those joints. I'm probably going to be like, okay, get. But hopefully I can get over that. That'll probably just be my own personal pet peeve with it. Because look at the faces. Just look at the overall figure. You know, keeping in mind that the cape is still back there, but ignoring it for the moment, it looks like it's going to be a kick-ass figure. Now, Max Factory is showing a couple of new Figmas overseas. The Dead or Alive Kasumi. Again, I'm not a fighting game expert, but it is odd that all these companies are jumping on these. Well, I say odd. It's kind of cool. Nothing wrong with that. Finally, some great figures coming out of some properties that you may love. But being Figma, the detail looks great. The figure itself looks great. I can't wait to try it out. And man, would you look at the size of those horns on Devilman. I gotcha. They're also showing this more realistic, more modern take on Devilman. I'm not as familiar with the property as I should be because I see it and I want to say Devilman. Dave Devilman, accountant. No release information, no prices on either of these figures, no indication if they're going to continue with each property, but cool figures. We'll know more probably later. And then finally, we saw a tease of this last week, the week before last, or well, it had been showing for a while and I just stumbled upon it, and that would be the Bandai Figurized Standard Dragon Ball Z Broly. As soon as I reported, you know, that they're teasing it, boom, there's the solicitation. Now this figure is a monster, and I can't wait to see how he stacks up against my other model kits. Because it's kind of hard to tell from these shots. Every picture that he's in with another character, he's either in the background or he's in the foreground. There's no straight up comparison between the two figures. That's okay though. That's why we build it. That's why we order stuff, to find out if we like it or not. Now the figure comes with a couple of sets of hands, open fists. He comes with two faces, one mean, one screaming. He comes with extra faces for model kits that have already been released. It's very, very cool, very thoughtful. He comes with pain faces for both Goku and Vegeta. Now these, along with Broly's faces, look like they're painted, but the prototypes are usually painted, you know, to try to, you know, hey, these look great, buy them. And then you get them and they're a little bit undetailed because you have to paint them yourself if you want that amount of detail. They're model kits. They're not playing you. That's just how it is. Looking at the articulation, I don't know how much leg movement you're going to get with that sash, with that lower jacket, with whatever's wrapped around his waist. It may hinder some leg movement, but look at the upper body on this guy. Is he going to be doing a lot of kicks? Probably should. He does, but this is where it's at, right here. Easy. Didn't mean to turn you on. But even here, the articulation differs a little bit from the model kits we've seen. It's this big cutout. It kind of reminds me of the Marvel Legends 2, was it? Thing? Way back in the day. When you open it up, it's going to crack open. But given the bulk that's up here, they may have had to go this way just to keep articulation moving. Now the model kit is up for solicitation right now. It's releasing by itself, which is kind of odd because we usually see pairs, but given the size of this thing, they may have had to make it a single release. Costs $35 and it's releasing in January. And this is a good thing for SH Figure Arts collectors too, because Broly, you could slip in there whether or not he's bigger or smaller than he actually should be with that line. Because apparently the SH Figure Arts Broly is running way up there, $150, $200. So this is kind of a cool release to get in your other collections too if you do that line. That's it for this week. Not a whole lot of news. Don't worry, it's going to get worse as we ramp up to Toy Fair. The toy news is going to get slimmer and slimmer, especially from places like Mattel or Hasbro. Well, Mattel, what do they got to? Actually, speaking of Mattel, they just put the Clayface Wave up for pre-order on Entertainment Earth for a January release. Let's see. And that's the one with Batwoman. That's the only figure I'm interested in. But this weekend, guess what? Another Comic-Con. This one's in Kansas City. I'll be there all 3 days, hanging out at an artist table for the Fwoosh. If you want to stop by, say hi. We'll have some ninjas out for sale. Or just come by and talk about toys. Got no problem with that. It's up to you. So if you like this Fwoosh Weekly, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.